Let's just go ahead and I'll share my screen with you and show you exactly what I mean and how you can get there to funding, to getting to the point where people will give you their capital to trade with. So let me know if you can see my screen right now. I got my slides coming up here, and so I'll be going through the slideshow. So if you have any comments, if you have any questions, okay, Dan says he's a beginner. Chantilla's a newbie, so that's awesome. So now what I want to do is inspire you to now that you have a goal, right? Because when I started, I just wanted to make money, right? So that's what we all want to do. That's what we're here for sure. But it's a step-by-step process to where you can really make the amount of cash capital and to get the funding that will impact your life, so you can go from wherever you are now, whether it's unemployed, whether it's working 2 jobs, whether it's kids at home. There's so many things that could, especially right now with everything going on, but how you can go from there to go to where you're working in an office, you're trading, you're traveling the world. That's all possibilities if you're willing to put in the time, for sure. So how to trade without risking your own money. So this is like, first of all, if you're a beginner, I know we have Dan, Chantilla, a couple people on here, and Andra that are beginners. Stop risking your own money for sure. Whatever you do, if you've only been trading for a month, stop putting your money at risk, because you don't have to lose. What's up, Steven? Thanks for hopping on, man. You don't have to lose your own money, and please don't. If you're buying programs or somebody's signals or whatever that is like makes a promise of a huge return, just trade, practice on a demo, and remember the end goal is funding. And so what it means to be funded is that you can go pass a test, take a test, and if you can pass it, there's many different trading firms out there that will give you their money to trade with, but only if you can follow their rules and their risk management and their trading parameters. So just like anything, you need to take the time to learn. You need the mentoring to make it happen. And then you also, of course, need to have the skill set yourself. So what's up, Nelson? Glad you made it on, man. Glad you made it on. So, but you need to put in the time and to develop the skills. So, okay. So why do you want to be funded? So this was, I didn't even know this was a possibility until about 2-3 years into my trading career. And I was just going through that rat race, the kind of hamster wheel of putting $500 there, working all week, putting my paycheck into my trading account, and then turning around and losing it. So I don't know if any of y'all can relate to that, but it's crushing. So what this presentation is about, to show you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Focus on the light at the end of the tunnel. Stop risking your own capital now. Make it your goal to get funded down the road. And that's what I did a couple years into my career. And I found a mentor, started working for a trading firm, and learned how to manage my risk, right? So one of the biggest advantages of becoming funded and what it means to be funded is that you're no longer risking your own money. This is huge, especially right now, man. A lot of people are unemployed and there's a lot of uncertainty. I don't know if y'all watched the debates last night, but who knows what's going to happen, right? So there's a lot of uncertainty down the road, and trading is one of the few professions to where you really take control of your future by developing the skills. For me, nobody can take trading away from me at this point. So I know, I no matter what, I at least have that going for me, right? And that's a long way from when I was working construction, and laying pipelines years ago. So not risking your own money. Stephen said, key to making it's not losing it, for sure. That's Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's first rule of investing is not to lose money. I think his first rule is invest in yourself. Second rule is don't lose money. And that's one of the biggest things. So practice on a demo for all the people that are beginners right now, and just keep this in the back of your mind, that you want to take the time to learn to go out and get funded. Now, once you do start trading for different firms, I personally trade for FTMO now myself, and they have very strict risk guidelines. So of course, nobody's gonna be like, here's $100,000 to trade with, put 100 lots on and don't manage your risk. So, that's not going to happen. So you can only trade within these parameters of risk, which is a good thing. For one, what it enables you to do is learn legitimate risk management, like how to manage your drawdowns, how to only trade within a X amount of loss. And also when you're passing the challenges, then you start thinking of profit targets. How much profit do I need to make a day? How far am I from that 10% gain, which is typically the challenge, right? So you learn to trade within a framework instead of just turning on your computer, opening the charts and being like, let's see what's going to happen today. So that's a mindset of a beginner. Go to intermediate, and then once you become advanced, and this is where I want to take you, how you can make a career out of this. I promise you it's possible, 100%. Steven's on here. James, what's up, man? Glad you made it on. Steven will tell you, he's one of my Accelerator traders, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to get your mindset right and learn to trade within these parameters, and the sky's the limit from there. One of the biggest advantages that is you have enough capital to actually impact your life. So let's just be honest here. If you're putting 5,000 into a trading account and trying to flip it, or when I started, I had those same dreams and aspirations that I'm going to put 5,000 into my trading account of my own hard-earned money, and it's going to change my life. The reality is that it's very, very, very hard to do that. In reality, you would need 10, 20 to really make an impact. If you have 10K and you did 10% in a month on that 10K, that's only $1,000. And, especially now, you need more than $1,000 a month to live on. Plus, that's your own money you're risking, right? So now, if you get funded 100,000, that's a different story. You get funded 100,000, and you can keep of outside capital, and you can keep 70% of the profits. And that's the deal I have that worked out with FTMO. That's who I recommend people go to. And that's where I point them towards in my Accelerator program. You have 100K. You're funded 100K, you make say 10%, which is a high percentage in a month. So I'm just doing that for easy math. That's 10,000 that you make, and you get to keep 70% of that. That's 7,000. So if you did that monthly, that would be nearly a six-figure yearly income. You only need 8,000 a month to make 6 figures a year. So now that is an impact on your life that anybody could use. Anybody could make that type of impact in their own careers. So make a real career out of trading, because then you have the capital to back you up to where you can pay the bills, pay the insurance. Sorry, my emails are blowing up. Pay the insurance and everything else that you want out of life. And more than likely, if you're on this webinar, you know, 7,000 a month is more than most people make you know, monthly here in the United States, not to mention elsewhere for sure. So once you get funded, you can make a real career out of this, where you call the shots. You have actual freedom in your life to go where you want, trade when you want, work when you want, and be your own boss. So the work when you want part, I just want to clarify that trading is work. It's hard work. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you can see most of my videos are I'm either in my office or at my house. I'm trading, I'm looking at charts, and I'm helping people, right? And I'm trading every single day. Like it's not like a lot of the people on Instagram where you can like they're out in their Lambos or they're on a yacht and or they're out to eat and you're like, when does this guy even trade? Like that should be a red flag for you that they may or probably not even trading. So for me, I love the grind. Steven will tell you if he's still on here. I love trading. And if you can learn to fall in love with the process and think of it as a game, you will too, I guarantee you that. But the thing is I can work when I want. I do work when I want. If you've been following me, I do travel, right? I do make my own rules, I guess, so to say. And more than anything is I'm my own boss. Like if I'm not putting in the work behind trading, then I know, I can tell because my trading suffers. So I look at this, and you need to, if you're serious about trading, look at this like a business, because it is, and it's a life-changing business. What's up, Latoya? Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you. It's a life-changing career, but you got to think of this as a career. You need to be realistic. Like remove, like as you can see, I'm in an office right here because this is a legit thing for me, you know, like, so remove the image of a trader that's just out there driving Lambos, maybe just gambling or whatever on yachts and stuff. And sure, I'm not going to say that there isn't time for that, but, you know, for me personally, I'm here working it out every day, trading every day, because I am funded myself, and I look at this as a career, and that's where I want you to get, you know what I mean? And that's where every single one of you can get, absolutely, because I'm no different than you all, like 100%. There's some people on this webinar that know me personally, and they know I'm just like them. I know I keep shouting out to Steven there, but him and I have become really good friends. He's down in Atlanta. I'm in Nashville in the United States. And, you know, I've just been doing this for a while. And so if you're willing to put in the time, I'm telling you, you can get here too. You can get funded. You can make a difference, an impact in your own life and other people's lives as well. So what's required for funding? So this is the next question most people have is, first of all, the mindset. You have to have a winner's mindset. And an abundance mindset. So this is something that I work with my students on, that our whole lives we've been conditioned. Sorry, I'm looking at our Facebook group to see if anybody has any questions. Our whole lives, because of our school, our conditioning, our programming, everything on the news, everything on TV, you know, to be kind of average and mediocre. And maybe like when I started trading, people told me everything, like from your gambling or what are you doing, some sort of pyramid scheme or MLM or whatever. I was like, no, man, I'm learning how to trade. And of course, nobody believed me, including my family, for sure, except my brother. Shout out to him if he's on this webinar. But but nobody believed in me. My parents, I remember my mom coming in and being like, you're just pretty much gambling, right? And I was like, I don't care. I know this is the one thing that can change my life. From the ups and downs that I had, you know, partying, drinking, like being lost, I found trading, and I was like, it's up to me. I can make it happen. So it's a work in progress, developing the right mindset for success. But this is the key part, especially when it comes to being a professional trader. Risk management. So This is the thing that every beginner trader, Terry, what's up, man? Thank you. I'll definitely shoot you a message. Risk management is the one thing, like if y'all are new, maybe you've blown some accounts, probably you have, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. I like to tell my students and stuff that that's just the cost of the tuition in this trading training program. So yeah, so don't beat yourself up. Use it as a lesson. And if you're watching this webinar, start right now to decide that, you know what, I'm just going to trade on a demo. I'm going to learn how to do this, and I'm going to put the time and effort in so down the road I can get funded and become a professional trader. Like, I wish somebody told me that when I was just like a few months in, instead of like trying to figure it out for years until I found a mentor. But when you're in like a training program for funding, you'll learn the risk management. What I teach my traders is, especially once they're a couple of weeks in, you know, to start to do a trial to trade within that risk management parameters, so you can start to learn exactly what you need to know so you can go out and pass the tests required in order to get funded. Next thing you need, obviously, is a trading strategy, right? So this is the nuts and bolts of it. And to be honest, mindset and risk management are more important than anything else. You could just like have a strategy of like, I only trade trend line breaks, and you became a master of that. And if you had the self-discipline to only do that strategy, you could be successful for sure. So everybody, especially beginners, get very caught up in like learning everything and learning every strategy, when really what you need to learn is training the mind and then learning risk management 100%. And so that comes only with time, only with practice. But it's absolutely possible. So next thing, and the strategy part is what I teach in my academy, everything from beginner, intermediate to advanced. And then for my students that are looking to go get funded, I teach them strategies specifically so that will help them pass the funding challenges. Psychology, obviously this one's a lot like mindset, but you have to have the psychology of, I'm in this for the long term. Like, people that know me behind the scene, I know Cameron's on here. Cameron works with me. Like, he knows that no matter what, I'm going to get up and I'm going to check the markets, and like, things have been up and down in my life. Thank you to me. Thank you to you, man. Personally, we all go through personal stuff. But you have to make the decision, not within your mind, but within your heart, that no matter what, I'm going to make it to the other side. I'm going to get this. Maybe, you know, and trading's one of those things, just like anything, that you have to dedicate yourself to. Like, I've been training people for years now. And the biggest thing that stops people is they try to learn it for about 4 or 5, 6 months, and then like get discouraged and go on to the next thing. The reason they get discouraged is because they put their money in too soon and end up losing it, obviously, right? So so the thing is that's not a winning mindset, because, you know, they go to one thing and then they're like, maybe I'll learn Forex, and then that doesn't work. So then they're like, maybe I'll learn Facebook ads, and then they do that for a little bit and that doesn't work. And then they go to learning e-commerce, all these different internet marketing and entrepreneurship businesses. But the thing is, nobody sticks in long enough to stick it out and actually learn. So that's why I have perseverance next. You have psychology, perseverance, and it's developing this mindset. And I like to say it's the long game, making the decision within yourself to, I'm playing the long game no matter what. Obviously, we've all heard these saying, like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, but it's easy to forget that when life happens and everything's up and down. But I know for me, and this is still true, like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow, whether I take a huge loss or have a huge win, still open the charts, like, get into my morning webinars, study the market, set up everything, and trade, you know, so because that's what I do now. And over time, just like trading, it's going to be like this. You're going to have an up and then a down, and then an up and then a down, and then an up. But if you stick with it long enough, I promise you, these ups, they're going to turn into higher highs, just like a chart. A higher high, and then the mistakes become smaller and smaller and smaller, and the profits become larger and larger and larger. And that comes with consistency and profitability. So I'm telling you, and I'm just speaking from my own personal experience, that's exactly what happens, because it's happened to me in my life. So this isn't a fun statistic, but it's true. 80 to 90% of retail traders, unfortunately, do not make it on their own. And the reason why is exactly what I've been saying is, you know, they don't have the right mindset. They're risking their own money. They don't have risk management. And the biggest one is they don't have enough of a capital to trade with to impact their lives. So, you know, this opportunity is only to like get funded with outside capital for regular people like me and you. I mean, I grew up in Kentucky. I didn't go to Harvard or Cambridge Business School or some sort of finance conglomerate, you know what I mean? But what I did have is I found this opportunity and I just more or less went after it. And this has only been available in the past 10 years, you know, like funding for normal people like us is something that's really a new phenomenon. Before that, you had to be in New York, you had to be in Chicago on a trading floor, if you had to be in London. But now you can get these funds. All you have to do is show that you have the skill set and the mindset. The webinar didn't save, but it's all right. So the most important thing, and what I'd like for you to take away for this, is like it's completely possible for you all to do in your own trading, in your own life, if you're willing to make it happen for yourself. So like in this Facebook group, I've been sharing my charts and strategies, and you know, building a new community here. Some of y'all are in my my Telegram, and some of y'all are in my other channels. Follow my YouTube, follow my Instagram. And more than anything on this webinar, what I really wanted to do was to show you that it's possible to go out and get outside funding. I've done it myself, and I'm showing other people to do the same. So if that interests you, if you want me to show you how exactly I did it, my strategies, my mindset, my psychology, you know, message or comment below, message me, and I'll hit you up after this and we can talk one-on-one. And maybe if you're not to the point of getting funded, you're a beginner, I can show you my strategies, and that's what I'm doing now, is show you exactly my more technical analysis strategies that work. They're simplified, and show you exactly how to go from beginner, intermediate to advanced. Trading on a demo, like I said earlier in this is important that you just trade on a demo and learn on a demo, because I don't want anybody, you know, losing their own hard-earned money. What I want you to do is to take the time to learn for yourself, practice the strategies, and then go out and get funded with somebody else's capital. So I like to think of it, this is what I tell my traders in my group, is think of trading, think of the markets as a game. Think of it as a game to be played. Like, I don't know, a lot of y'all might be around the same age as me. I'm 35, in case you were wondering, but like I grew up playing Madden and video games. And if you start to think of the market as a video game, right, where it's just a game that you want to beat, you need to learn how to beat it. Give me your secret. Man, there's no secrets other than hard work, for sure, and time and strategies. But if you learn to play the game, fall in love with the game, cut out the money equation for now. Obviously, we're all here to make money, but start thinking of it as like, you know, you start playing a video game, you beat it on beginner, you get better, maybe it's Madden or FIFA or something like that. Then you play it on intermediate, you can crush it on intermediate. Then you go to advanced and expert. Next thing you know, you're just blowing the computer out of the water. and it's just for the fact of winning the game. That's exactly the same mindset that you need to be for trading. So maybe whatever your chess is a good one. Chess is a great one because thanks, James, appreciate that. Like a grandmaster in chess is thinking 10 moves ahead, 12 moves ahead. So somebody like me playing chess is like, I'm going to move my pawn here and maybe my horse over here. I'm not the best chess player. I'd like to be better. But the thing is as you develop your trading strategy, you start to think 5 moves ahead and put together the puzzle pieces in the market. And that's the way I approach the market for sure. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to message right now. Now's a great time. Whatever it is, I don't have my charts pulled up now, but right now I'm looking for buys on US dollar CAD, Euro CAD, where it's nice retracements there. But you know, whatever it is, if you have any more messages outside of whatever, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. You know, I think a lot of the people are surprised when I message them because I'm not like most of the mentors that you see out there. Like I'm a real guy. I want to help you win. I want to see you succeed. And I'll shoot you a message and just to check up on you and to see what your progress is and to give you advice or whatever it is. It's not like you have to go through like miles of red tape to get to me. So so that being said, if you have any questions outside of here, if you want to know more about the funding process, if you want to know more about my training, whether it's if you're a beginner, intermediate, or you're ready to start getting funded, cool, Pedro, I'll hit you up, buddy. Pedro said he's super interested in getting funded, and you should be, man. I didn't know this was a thing until a couple years in, and I was like, oh my God, I can actually trade like for an actual legitimate firm. I can become a professional and I don't have to risk my own money anymore. It was like a epiphany moment, you know what I mean? So hit me up if you have any questions, message in the Facebook group. This is our community. I want to help you. I'm here to help you win. And you know, let's see, how come the big drop on US dollar and euro? Okay, so we got one trading question, and that's an awesome question. And the reason is because that was the reason for fundamentals. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin is meeting with Nancy Pelosi. They're still trying to work out some sort of stimulus package in terms of, you know, coronavirus stimulus for people that are unemployed, and they haven't quite reached a deal yet, right? And so there's a lot of back and forth, and that's affecting the S&P 500, the stock market, and then of course the strength of the dollar. So that's when you saw that big drop about 2.5 hours ago. That's what it was. So so you can tell I actually know what's going on in the market because I've been here trading it for sure. So great question, Pedro. Dave, I'm a newcomer and I'm interested in getting funded. Cool, man. I'll shoot you a message after this. And another 2 trillion. I don't know, man. Well, the thing about the trillions of dollars is that we don't have it as a country. The Federal Reserve is just printing it. It's going to cause massive inflation. And, you know, so we'll see what happens. I seriously doubt it's another 2 trillion, but they'll probably get something passed before the election, you know, for both sides to make it look, you know, so they can use it as their advantage. You know what I mean? So no matter what your politics are, it is super, super important to follow what's going on. I think I posted in the Facebook group about that. Just so you know, look, an informed trader is a profitable trader, 100%. And that's what I teach my guys in the Accelerator program. I have them to get on morning webinars with me and to get as informed about the market as possible. So I am. So James, good question on NZDUSD. So I posted that double top setup. And when you see a double top like that, a big M, you can see we have a breakdown and then a retest of that neckline. So check the chart I reference it, and I think that's going to be a great opportunity for a short on NZD/USD. So thanks for hopping on, everybody. I appreciate you. Turn your notifications on about these lives, and if you're ready to get funded, type in the chat box funded. I want to learn, and I'll shoot you a message. And if you're not, if you're like, I'm a beginner, I don't think I'm there yet, that's absolutely fine. Just type beginner and we'll get you started and going through my program. So that being said, I appreciate all of the support. I love this Facebook group. Whatever it is, wherever you're at, if I can inspire you to show you that like you can get to where I am, because I'm no different than you all are, 100%, it is possible for you. I swear to God it is, man. But you gotta make the decision today that I'm gonna make it happen. You know, and that's a great opportunity. Every day you can make that decision. So thanks for hopping on, everybody. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next live. All right, everybody. Peace.